Hello, you beautiful bitches. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for clicking this video. I do appreciate you. That's your girl Tyra, and over here I talk about my life. I do some reaction content, some drama content, and I also play with nails a lot. Whatever brought you here, I'm certainly glad to have you. So I just need you to sit back, relax, and let's get into this video. Hello, hello. You know, I want to sound like I'm so excited to be talking to you. I want to sound that way. I want to. I've never come on here and even felt so, like, dreary. I don't even know how to explain, like, my mood, like, how I feel right now. You know, I just feel so fucking blah. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely ridiculous. I have to make this video, right? Like, I have to say something because I keep canceling live streams. That's not like me, you know. I miss prompts and, you know, I have to be there early and all the things. And I'm more excited for a live stream than anybody. You know, that's normally me. I think what's happening, guys, and this is just, you know, me being completely transparent, you know. I do have men who watch me, but we're all adults. I think it is, you know, coming very close to that time where the official menopause is going to kick in. And, you know, I don't know if, you know, that time of the month is, like, going to come. Is it not going to come? Is it supposed to be here? Is it coming? Is it not? It's just everything is so wackadoodle with my body. And I'm tired like I'm a teenager. I'm cramping today like I'm a teenager. It's just real bizarre. And I am so sure with being bipolar and having depression, you know, having these mental illnesses, I'm sure that when it comes time for menopause, I'm probably gonna be a bit of a cock-a-doodle-doo, you know what I mean? And that's just like what it is. And I have to, like, stop being so hard on myself because I know that I should be making content. I know that I should have gotten here, and no, I really didn't want to sleep for 2 weeks, and, you know, and I broke most nights, and, you know, I didn't do much of nothing. I did my nails. I got my nails done, you know, that took 2 days, but, like, you know, and besides just batch filming some shorts, which is completely unacceptable, I've done nothing. You know what I'm saying? I've done nothing. I'm not even uploading the damn shorts. I make sure I do them, but, like, that don't mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, Tyra, you ain't doing nothing with them. And that's just not me, guys. And I did not come here to sleep all day. I slept until 6:40 something. I had to run to StreamYard and hurry up and delete the broadcast, guys. Like, that's 2 days in a row now that I'm, like, putting yous off. No, that ain't me. That ain't me. That ain't never gonna be me. And that can't be me now. And I know you guys really don't care because obviously you're watching me. These are things that I've filmed in the past, so you get to see my face, right? But you know you're not looking at my face. You know those things. But, like, I'm going to continue to do voiceovers over my very own content, and I will continue to do that until I figure out a filming, safe location for me in my bedroom. Unfortunately, I have people who are stalking me, you know, in real life stalking me. And I want to be very careful about how I film in the room because I literally showed an apartment in less than 24 hours. Jackie Sunshine found my apartment because of an old furnace that was, like, attached to the wall. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Those are things I'm trying to avoid because I have these really crazy lunatics who just can't keep it YouTube. Like, when in the fuck did it turn into such a real life? And that's a stupid question because it's been years now. But, like, really, like, when did it go from, I'm going to expose you for what you said on Twitter 10 years ago, right? There was plenty of those kind of videos made. Like, I'm going to expose you for what is public, for what is not even public knowledge, but public social media things you've said and done. Like, I would much rather have people calling me out for things that I did 10 years ago than for, like, every move I make in my real life and where I live and, pixelating my shorts and trying to see what the dog tag says. Like, that's criminal. That is criminal behavior. That is unhinged, unwired behavior. I don't need to elaborate. There's so many of you who know, and one day I'm going to be able to tell my story, and one day I'm going to feel like I can react to things that need to be reacted to, right? Because the lies and the slander, the defamation, all of these horrible rumors and lies that are being started, like, I should be able to defend myself. But I also should have known better that I still can't, right? Like, even after 3 years, even after all you've done to me, you still want to continue to bring up and, like, make me try to live in my past that I've shared on the internet. You've judged my life based on my past, and, like, that's just what it is. You're allowed to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, who the hell are you to be talking about piggy shells? And you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, fine. Like, that's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do nothing about that, but it can never just stay that. And I'm tired of that. You know what I'm saying? And I think to pixelate shorts and, try to freeze frame and, whatever it is you need to do to see a dog tag in a short so you can at least, like, think my location in West Virginia, like, that's weird. My friend and her husband, unfortunately, endured a fire not that long ago, and they've been fortunate enough to be able to repurchase very quickly. And guess what? That dog tag is not up to date for, like, where I'm at. It does you no good because you're gonna do nothing. You're not gonna do anything with this information except put me in harm's way. I am in West Virginia and you want to try to expose where I live. Why? When there's people, like, crazy people here. It's not funny. It's not funny. And I know that I'm smiling. And you could probably tell that. But, like, that is all you would do. You would put me in harm's way with anybody who pays attention to you, who may or may not be in the West Virginia area and or willing, after all of the horrible things you've said about me, to come and try to, I don't know, hurt me because I'm such a terrible person and I ABUSE my children and I do these horrible things to people and I'm this, like, terrible specimen of a human. That's all that does. Moving on, I do not have to explain adult things to adult people. Go get medical motherfucking treatment, dude, because your head is not okay. Your antidepressants are not working. And you know why? In my humble opinion, allegedly my motherfucking conspiracy. Number one, there's no pills for sociopaths and narcissists, okay? There's no pills for that. You have to seek therapy and know that you have a problem, which is the first problem because you would never admit that to yourself. Secondly, you are not diagnosed properly. If you were open and honest with a doctor and told him what you did online, he would tell you what your problem was. Anyways, moving on. I'm so comfortable here. I'm so comfortable here. Obviously, I have not had a relationship with her husband. So, how cool is he to let me be in his space? And I don't ever feel like I feel uncomfortable, let alone that he feels uncomfortable in his own home. As much as you can imagine me and Bunny sitting there and having conversations throughout the day, you know what I'm saying? Especially while my room wasn't done. I've been in my room pretty much all day today, and as of pretty much all day yesterday, because I was in there doing the things. So, like, I haven't been in their space for a couple days, you know, and I can almost tell that Bunny really misses me because, because she, like, when I come out of the room, she's like ready to talk to me about some things, you know what I'm saying? Currently, Jilly is actually doing a reading on her. So it's not like I have, you know, to catch up with her for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's totally occupied, and I have no idea where Boxy is. Boxy is actually not a name that I'm giving him. It's actually his nickname. It's actually what she calls her husband and what everybody calls her husband. So, yeah, Boxy and Bunny, Bunny and Boxy. And of course, even though I am saying how safe I am, how comfortable I am, how great I feel, how much peace I've endured, like, I'm the loud one now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the one who has to go out of my way to be quiet. And it's just like, oh my goodness, like, what is this? And she actually told me, like, day 2. She was like, you know, I really can tell that you're used to living in a house with a lot of people, girl, because she's like, you were a little loud. And I said, the worst part is, though, Bunny, truly, I thought I was being quiet. I was, I think, filming for you guys. Or I was making a short or something. It was just, it was real early in the morning, like 4 a.m., 3 a.m., you know. And she had told me the next day, you know, because she had woke up and she's like, oh, goodness, be quiet, you know. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, I'm thinking I am being quiet this whole time. Thank God I think I had just started filming or whatever. But, yeah, no, I was like, oh, goodness, you know, I'm the one who's loud now. And usually I'm the one who just minds my business, and, like, everybody around me, that's the chaos, you know what I mean? And not even because it's like a chaotic life or anything. It's just there's a lot of people in one apartment. And there's now 3 people in a pretty huge home. I think if you asked Bunny, she would say, no, my house is small. But, like, hey, that's, you know what I'm saying, to each their own, right? I consider this a huge home. Like, my bedroom is the size of, like, half of the apartment. Let's be for real. And not including my brother-in-law's room that's, you know, off the apartment, off the living room, right? Because, like, it's the size of the living room. So that's half the apartment, pretty much, you know, really. I speak to Pookie every day, quite a bit, all day, every day. I think for the first few days, I think I was really in my feelings and really just kind of on some, like, I don't know, just some kind of tripping shit, you know, and that's just really not me. I don't like being away from him. I don't like not being in the house just waiting for him to come home. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. Especially when he ends his evening or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I like to be there when he is, like, done with being outside or whatever it is he's doing, right? Like, I like to be the one right there, you know, waiting for him to walk in the door, kind of thing. And that has been difficult, but I don't feel like I miss him, you know what I'm saying? But I am so enjoying, especially the last few days. I think we're both starting to realize, like, okay, this has to be the new normal. And if we're going to communicate, if we're going to stay together, like, we're going to have to do some work. You know, we're going to have to talk on the phone, and we're going to have to date again. And we're going to have to send cute little text messages. Like, we didn't do that, you guys. You know what I'm saying? We didn't do that. We basically moved right in with each other. You know, we went from being like little rebels, right? You know, sneaking into his mom's basement to moving right in together and having to be kind of married. That's what happens when you move in with each other. You know, that's when you take the relationship so seriously. We didn't even know each other. Well, now, you know, everything he says is so funny, and just looking at him when we video chat, he's so cute, and I'm just I just want to kiss his little lip, not little, he has big lips, but kiss his big lips, and I just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just really, I feel like I'm falling back in love with him. But it's really nice because I don't feel like I need him around me, nor do I have a void without him. It's hard to go to sleep at night. That part I knew I was going to have a really hard time with. I know he's really struggling with it, is us sleeping together. Like, if there was one thing that no matter what, right? Like, every night we slept together. We were in the bed together to sleep, you know? So, and not to mention, you know, like, I think we're just very like codependent sleepers, the way that he has to like wrap his body around mine and stuff. It's just, and then I get used to it because I'm like, oh my God, how can I have someone like totally with his whole body on top of me? But we've been sleeping like that for so long. I now need that. It's crazy. And I knew it would be a problem, but I didn't think it'd be that big of a problem. So I cannot go lay in bed because I refuse to sit there and let my mind race, because I haven't done that for so many months now. When I have laid down back home, when I have laid down, it's because I literally cannot stay up another minute. I will wake up and I would work from the moment I got up to the moment I could not keep my eyes open anymore. Because, you know, I obviously have things that I do outside of YouTube, things that I've never talked about, things that I'll never share, and things that are my business forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I don't know that I will ever talk about, you know, what I have done for the last, gosh, 8 years now that I do with my time. So, like, you know, and that's just what it is. So, like, I always have that to do, but that is all through the phone, and that I'm, you know, just so good at that now. It's, you know, it's just extremely easy. I still enjoy it, and I'm going to do it as long as I fucking, you know, until I hate it, basically. That's just what it is. I'm definitely all settled in. I mean, I felt settled in even though I wasn't even in my own room yet. You know what I'm saying? We were waiting on the bed and the frame took forever. The frame kept having delays and stuff. So, of course, that would be the thing. But she, I think, likes being on the couch. You know what I'm saying? I think she just really enjoys sleeping on the couch and probably running the TV. I know some people, like, I had to put my voice up because the car was passing. Sorry. So if I blew your eardrums out, I do apologize. I'm so sorry. So, like, even sleeping in her bed at night or during the day or whatever, because, yeah, like, I could not go to sleep. I could not get out of that, like, bad schedule. And I was ready for bed at, like, midnight last night. I don't think I went to bed until almost 3. And it's because I know I'm not ready to go to sleep. I might be tired, but I'm so aware of how my brain works and my mental status, I guess. I know when I need to not get in that bed if I don't want to toss and turn and think about every stupid thing I have no business thinking about. I don't need my mind wandering to any places that are stupid and don't even make sense, because that is exactly what happens. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. You know, bipolar depression, I mean, it says it in the word. The biggest part, the worst part of bipolar depression is the depression, of course. You know, that's the stuff that leads me into the hospital. But, like, the biggest problem I really have, like, my biggest, like, how do you say, my biggest, I'm gonna bitch about it, right? Like, I'm gonna bitch about it, is the mind racing. And I remember the torture as a child, you guys. Like, I remember I could not sleep at night, and I had to get up for school in the morning. And I had to put myself on that bus along with a little sister for as long as I can remember. All the way up until high school before I, dropped out. I had to listen to music at night, but all I would do is sit there and, memorize the lyrics and sing with the music, because that would keep me from thinking stupid ass shit that would keep me awake for no reason. In my 40s, as a whole ass adult, like, who takes multiple medications on a daily basis, there's no reason for my mind to race. And if I can help it, I'm going to prevent myself from laying down any earlier than I need to, so I don't have to experience that. Sleeping in that bed last night, dude, I tossed and turned for maybe 20 minutes, and I was very frustrated. Luckily, I really was that tired. You know what I'm saying? I went to sleep tired, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in a new room. I'm in a different section of the house. I'm on a new mattress. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had gotten used to a mattress for a whole week, basically. So, and that was a really nice mattress. So, with that being said, right, like, I knew I had to wait until I was ready to go to Mimi's for real, like, when I know that I gotta go Mimi's, when I gotta go to sleep, that's what I call it, Mimi's. I've been saying that since my kids are little. When I'm ready to go to sleep, that's when I'll lay down. And usually medication obviously will help me to get to that sleepy point, but not always does it really put me to the sleepy point. Or I don't take the medication until I know that I'm, like, done working or having, done with something. And, let's be for real, guys. Once I get going, there is no more breaks. And anytime I take a break that's longer than a few days, I end up in this same situation where I feel like, oh my gosh, okay, so you've taken this, 2-week break and you haven't done much of nothing but just do your nails. That's really all I've done. And upload some shorts. And yeah, I've done a video here and there, but not doing content the way I had started doing content over the last 4, 5, 6 months, right? I get nervous, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I've been in this same place for 2 weeks, dude, and now, oh my gosh, am I ready to start? Because I can't start and then take another break because I'm not really ready to start. And all it is being a creature of habit and falling into habits and hating change. I know what I'm doing to myself. I am so self-aware. That is the worst part about me. I know what my flaws are. I know what's wrong with me. I know the things that I need to fix, the things I could work on, the things I could be better at, all them things. I know all them things. I am so aware of all of the things that are wrong with me, the things that are great about me. I'm aware of all of it. And I'm very grateful for that. But that doesn't mean that I'm not still a creature of habit and that I don't fall into these things. And then I get nervous to get out of these things when I know my only fucking goal of coming here was to get out of these things, right? And do. I've put a lot of pressure on myself. This is a big deal. This is it. This is what is going to give me the future that I really fucking want. This is everything. This is the stepping stone. If I fall on this stone, if I kick this stone out of place, I'm screwed. What do I do next? Go back home to the same situation? Because I'll tell you right now, I can go back home to Pookie anytime. My mother-in-law would have me there in a second. It wouldn't be a second thought. I could totally jag off the next 3 to 6 months and do nothing with my life and go right back to living with mama. I could do that. And I know that confidently. But just knowing that, that's the last thing that I should ever, like, focus on, right? Like, or ever think. Tyra, if you fail, this is an option. And like saying it out loud, it does feel good. Like, okay, good. Like, I know I could go back to having something and having a roof over my head and having, a comfortability and, the things, right? But would anything change? No, nothing would change. We ain't supposed to all live there together. You know what I mean? I had a friend say to me last night that, man, Tyra, you just sound lighter. And I do not believe that that friend watched my live stream, but in the live stream that I did do on the 4th of July for that hour or so, a lot of you were saying, God, Tyra, you just sound different. I feel different. I feel different. And I also had that same friend tell me, because they're so honest with me, and sometimes I'm just really someone who needs that. Even if I know it deep down, you know what I'm saying? Even if I know it deep down in my soul, sometimes I need my friends to tell me these things. And she was just like, we all knew. And she kind of spoke for everybody who cares about me, right? Like, I think even including my supporters. Like, Tyra, we all knew you were not okay. We all knew. We could tell. We could tell in your content. We could tell in your videos. And I'm like, wow. And I didn't know that, you guys. I didn't know that. I didn't know that I wore my sorrows, my problems, right? I didn't know I wore them on my face. And maybe that's why I've aged the way I have, right? Because I do, like, all these problems, all these things I've dealt with. Like, if I wear these things on my face and I'm that transparent of a person where I'm literally wearing my problems for the whole world to see, not just YouTube, but people walking in the Dollar Generals, right? Like, even in the Dollar Generals, like, if people can see that on my face, that's terrible. And I have never thought of that. Never. But it reminds me of going to the Eagle one day, having a really bad night the night before, and I just wanted to smoke a blunt, dude. And I went there, I was rolling, and this transgender female, she's there a lot, her and her boyfriend, and we were talking about, like, I want to say Mother's Day or something. Actually, I think it was that was it. And she just told me, she's just like, man, you just look a little miserable. And it's crazy for strangers to say that to people. Me, I would like to say that to people, but I also am not someone who wants to go out of my way to hurt, like, strangers' feelings. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I really am not that person, believe it or not. And I want to be honest with people, and I want to say, man, I really feel like, you're wearing your problems, and I see that your problems are heavy, and I just want to tell you, I'm totally sending you love. I'm not someone who's going to get up and give you a hug. I don't think that surprises any of us, right? I'm not going to get up and give you a hug and shit. Like, that's not me. But, like, I'll totally be like, man, I'm just sending you positive vibes. I'll be thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? I hope your problems get better. And maybe I should do that more, because maybe people, could really appreciate that more. You know what I'm saying? Maybe because my friend did that for me, I can now feel more comfortable not going out of my way to hurt their feelings. But sometimes, the truth hurts people. The truth can very rarely hurt me. So luckily, the people who I have let into my life, into my heart, into my soul, into my head, into all my things, like, they have gotten to know that, like, yeah, Tyra likes to know the truth. So when I feel like I need to tell her, man, something's going on, and I have a friend who's like that too, I swear to God, she just knows. And I have the greatest group of friends. I have the greatest group of friends. And, like, dude, can't nobody tell me, bro, that something any of my friends would do would be nasty or grimy. Like, no. Anybody who does anything nasty or grimy, I guarantee you I don't fucks with them. Period. Period. I'm just going to throw it out there. This was supposed to be really, really short, you guys. I have so much to say. I really do. I'm gonna work on the vlog tonight to get out because yeah, the trip here was a nightmare. I think I pretty much let you guys know that everything is just absolutely amazing. Anything I think of, I'll add to the vlog, of course. And I am going to start getting content out. I've been watching content, so at least I've been doing half the job. You got to watch stuff to react to it, right? That's a very big, important part of, reaction videos. You got to watch stuff, you got to watch some things. And I have. I've been watching some things. I've been recording some things. And we're going to be reacting to some things. Tyra's back. Sorry, so sorry about the live streams. I slept all day long, or at least laid in that bed and just did not want to move. Didn't even pick up my phone, nothing. And I just want you guys to bear with me because, like, I'm about to be back in full fucking effect. Thanks again for coming. I hope you have a great day or night wherever it is you are, and I'll see you on the next one.